A matter of hours ago, as of recording this, Nintendo unveiled their new Nintendo Switch OLED model, and it's fine. There's nothing too much, but it doesn't really need to be, as the Nintendo Switch hardware is already solid as it is, but the graphical improvements will definitely improve its chances in the HD console market of today. But this console revision got me to thinking, what could Nintendo do to improve the OS on Nintendo Switch as it enters its 5th year on the market? Hello everybody, my name's Lloyd and welcome to Lloyd'sVideos.com's top 5 things we want to see from the Nintendo Switch in its next software update. Number 5. Flesh out the online. While I certainly think Nintendo's online service for Nintendo Switch comes at an okay price in comparison to Microsoft and Sony's offerings, I do think I could be getting a bit more for my money. I mean, while we do get access to a fairly decent library of NES and SNES games, these games are already available through other means such as emulators and the like, so why not make Nintendo Switch Online feel more exclusive, and why not give members access to 1 or 2 free new games a month, like Xbox Live Games with Gold or PlayStation Plus? Also, when it comes to online communication with friends, Nintendo Switch Online severely drops the ball. They offer voice chat via the Nintendo Switch Online app, but honestly at this point someone would just be more likely to open another mobile voice chat service such as Discord, so why not just implement the voice chat directly into the console's OS? Now, I know this may seem a little bit difficult seeing as the Switch doesn't have an onboard microphone, okay, but they could release a Bluetooth headset to accommodate this, as the Switch has Bluetooth capabilities which it uses to connect to the controllers. Oh, also, Nintendo, could you please pour some more money into your online service for games like Mario Maker 2, because that can run like garbage sometimes. Okay, so this one's more of a minor nitpick, but it would make my life a whole lot easier. Nintendo, please stop using friend codes. It's 2021. If I want to add my friend on Nintendo Switch, I shouldn't have to put in this 68,000 digit code! I should just be able to search for them via nickname and send a request within 10 seconds, not over. Streaming services. In the past decade or so, streaming services have seen a big rise in popularity, with services like Netflix and Spotify dominating the streaming world. And with the fact that Nintendo Switch is a handheld meets home console situation, I think streaming services could work really well on Switch. I'm talking Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Now, HBO Max, Crunchyroll, CBS All Access, Apple TV Plus if they let you. Okay, maybe they could just keep it to Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, but with the nature of the Switch, you could start watching a show on the TV, and then when you have to leave the house or catch the bus or whatever they do in the Switch commercials, you could continue watching that show from where you left off on the go. And why stop there? They could even implement music streaming services like Spotify and Stitcher or whatever the other one is. Number 2, achievements. You see, Microsoft and Sony have implemented achievement systems on their consoles for 16 years, while Nintendo has never even tried this idea. You see, if people are going to want to waste time in their games, they're going to want to have it feel like it's worth something. And with the amount of cross-platform games on Nintendo Switch whose Xbox and PlayStation counterparts already obviously have achievements as a focus at all, it's honestly surprising that Nintendo is still lagging behind in this department. And this doesn't just go for cross-platform games either. There are so many first-party Nintendo Switch exclusive games that could benefit heavily from an achievement system. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, and don't just make them just tied to their respective games either, as in some games will have achievements that can be viewed in the game. Make it system-wide and viewable in the user menu. And the number one thing we want to see from Nintendo Switch in future updates is a major update to the OS. This is what the Nintendo Switch looked like in 2017, and this is what it looks like now, 5 years later. Barely a thing has changed. Sure, there are some minor changes under the hood, but for the most part, the OS has remained the same since launch, and it's showing. Key features that most would expect from a modern device these days, and a portable one no less, are missing, such as a web browser. And the Switch technically already has a web browser locked away behind a finicky system settings trick. Make this accessible from the get-go. It only makes sense. Like, if you have it on board, use it. And while you're at it, implement other internet-related services such as actual news and weather. Now, I don't expect these to be too in-depth, if anything, just a today window from the home screen showing, I don't know, the top 3 stories that day and the weather for your local area. I mean, your mobile phone would probably do the job better, but I feel like these would just be a nice thing to have as a means of making the console more well-rounded, as it is also a portable console. Well, there you have it. Those were 5 things that I would like to see Nintendo add to the Nintendo Switch, because it's been a long time since there's been a major update to the Nintendo Switch at all. Feel free to sound off in the comments and tell me why my opinions are bad. And Alright, see, bye.